Potentially welcome back, guys, to the I don't know what number this is, but the Kind of Nice podcast. Sorry we're a little bit late this week. We had a lot of stuff going on, so we had to record a little later. But
spring break.
Yeah, it is spring break. So hopefully, if you listen to this, it'll be the weekend. Right now, it's just me and Rocky. Grant's on his way. He's probably gonna be here in like 20 minutes. So if you want to get to the part where Grant's here, you can go ahead and skip for 20 minutes. If not, I hope you guys are having a great, spring break vacation. Man, it's funny because I was looking to like do stuff, and then I realized like it was spring break, and once you're out of college, for me, like spring break isn't really a thing. Like it's always spring break.
Turn
you know
up.
what I mean? So unless you work a job that has like the vacation for spring break, like you don't really feel like you have a spring break. But it almost sucks because like I wish I did like know a spring break and I like would have gone and like done something. You know what I mean? Gone somewhere. I don't know. I feel like you take a lot of vacations.
Yeah, every day is vacation.
You know what I mean? Going to see a concert tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for me, I don't know how much I could talk about, but I'll be going to France here soon to compete on French Ninja Warrior. Today, by the way, if you read the title description, it's going to be a Q&A type podcast. We have a bunch of questions from the Patreon that we're going to answer first. And then once we run out of Patreon questions, we're going to go to Instagram. If you haven't heard about the Patreon, it's where we post full video length podcast episodes. So if you want to watch us, we have a full studio set up and multiple camera angles and all that good stuff. We have, I think, over 20 episodes now, full video. We're releasing a few of them for free on YouTube, so you can check that out. Kind of Nice Podcast YouTube. But if you want to support on the Patreon and be more part of the community and get kind of some behind the scenes content, some extra content, you can go to patreon.com/kindofnice. And you could be a $5 member, $10. I think we have like a 5, 10, 20, maybe 50, something like that. But yeah, shout out to the Patreons, man. It's been real helpful having people that support you, and kind of it makes us want to keep going and keep making content, and especially the ones that have been there since the start. So yeah, if you want to be a Patreon member, that'd be tight. Other than that, we're going to try to kill time until Grant gets here. So what should we do, Rock? A little, I'm trying to think.
Well, I got a little Q&A for you myself.
What you got?
Did you go to Houston Rodeo?
I did not. I went 2 years ago, and it wasn't that cool, so I didn't go.
It wasn't that cool?
It's all right.
You go to a concert?
Yeah, it was a country concert.
Well, I mean, that's most of them, majority, but yeah. Before the experience with the actual rodeo, the bull riding, and like the kids on the freaking back of a sheep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mud and busting.
I have a story for that actually. Me and Grant actually went to the rodeo 2 years ago. Right, this was like a week before COVID became a thing. Mm-hmm. So after that, it got shut down. So the mutton busting is pretty much that's like little kids, but there's a higher tier where it's like cattle, like young. I think it's like calf or whatever. It's like young cows. And it's high school kids that are trying to get like what is it called? A scholarship or whatever. If they pull like this calf into this square, they get like a scholarship, or they get to keep it. I don't know, something like that.
They let like 100, like they let like 25 cats loose and like 35, 40 college students, right?
I think they're high school kids.
Yeah, because you got to raise it to sell it for.
Yeah. So the high school kids in there, and they're like pulling on the tails of these like animals, and the animals are like young, but they're still super strong. So they're like literally there's chicks getting dragged on their butts, like holding on to the tails, like people getting dragged on their faces. And 2 years ago when we went, some kid's like chasing this thing, and I think he's pulling on his tail, and the cow kind of does what a horse would do. It kicks back with its legs and like clips this kid in the face, and he gets knocked out cold. Ooh. Like so like the floor is all like, it's like dirt, but it's like fluffy dirt because everything's running on it. So this kid like gets knocked out cold and goes face down in the dirt. Like he's not breathing because his face is like in the dirt. And I'm just like, is he alive? They literally pulled this kid out on like a stretcher, and he's just limp. And I was like, did I just witness a murder? Like, I think this cow just got a body.
Disclaimer, he's okay, guys.
I hope. I don't know that.
I just want to let them know that.
I have no idea if he's okay. No, I think he started moving a little bit. I'll just say that to hope he was okay. But yeah, no, rodeo's fun, but it's like, I'm not a big, I don't know. I just don't like big events like that. It's like, I like I don't know. I used to go to concerts and stuff, and it's just not my thing. I guess I've been trying to figure out if I'm an introvert and an extrovert, and I really don't know.
You're an extrovert.
I like sometimes I want to be an
both.
introvert and sometimes I want to be an extrovert. It's just like situational, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I heard like there's a way to tell. Like an introvert is like you have 5 coins and you go out the day and you pretty much give your coins out. And once you're depleted, you got to go back home.
Yeah, you just
and the
need to
extrovert,
recharge.
you're going out there to collect coins. You need as much
Give
coins
me
as
my
you
coins.
can. Yeah, and that's like a kind of way to know.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's the like introverts recharge when they're by themselves and extroverts charge when they're like with people. But like sometimes I feel like I'm depleted, and the only way to get undepleted is to go hang out with people that are like energized and kind of like suck out, like vibe off of that energy. But sometimes when I'm around like the wrong people, I'm like, man, I just need to get away from these people and like get by myself and chill. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know which one I am.
Right.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know but like also like I find there's a difference between like enjoying people that I know and like I don't like just going out to like, maybe I am more of an introvert because when I think about it, I wouldn't want to just go out to some like club or bar where I don't know anybody and just have fun talking to people. Like if I'm gonna go out and hang out with people, I want to hang out with people that I know I already enjoy and like talking to and being around. So I guess like a pure extrovert would be like, oh, I just want to go like talk to people and learn about their stories. And like sometimes I don't want to sound rude, but sometimes I can care less, man. I'm like, I really don't care. I'm just either trying to like an example would be like when I'm going to like District 249, which is like a bar to play volleyball. Like I got my group of people that I enjoy talking to, and other than that, like I ain't really trying to talk to nobody.
Yeah, I know that goes.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been trying to meet more people lately as like I've gotten closer to God. Like at the freaking, I watched at the concert the other day. I was watching those kids collect the cattle.
Yeah. Nobody got knocked out?
No one got knocked out, thankfully, but I started tearing up. Like I don't
just
know
watching them collect cattle?
I was about to cry. Like I was tearing up. I'm like, I had to put my head back a little bit, and I was like, I had to tell myself what's going on. I was just excited for these kids who were collecting like these cattle. Like it could eventually hopefully pay for like school if they sell it, for a good price.
This man was emotional.
I was emotional. That's what's been happening more. I get connected more to God. And right when like I'm putting my head back, some dude tapped me on the back of my shoulder. He was like, hey, can I take a photo of you? I was like, I work for the Houston Chronicle. I just want to know if we can get a photo of you guys. And I was like, I was with a few other people. I'm like, okay. And I tell my friends to turn around and we all take this photo. And I started talking to him a little bit. I just started talking for no reason. Yeah. And then boom, we go to the Houston Chronicle the next day. We're on the photo before the main act. Literally, we're the first photo, then the main act.
That's pretty cool.
And I was like, man, that dude probably hooked me up a little bit, so I got to search for my picture.
That's what's up. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to think of like a situation like similar that I feel like meeting new people for me is like, but like, so when I'm at like a Ninja Warrior event and I'm meeting like people of like-minded, because I'm thinking about like I'm going to France soon. And like when I'm in that environment of like production and the cast and, the PAs and the producers and talking to all those people, like I do shine and I do enjoy that extroverted aspect of myself because I'm networking. Mm-hmm. But for me, it's when I feel like I'm talking to people that like I either A, have nothing in common with, or B, like they're just very, I hate to say it, but it's like shallow minded. Like I remember, I think it was at the volleyball courts, like this chick came up to talk to me and she was like just so shallow and like so like, I think she was just young too and immature. And I was just like, I was being polite, I was just like giving her answers and stuff. But in my mind, I was just like, get away from me. I'm trying to relax. So I think it is situational. Yeah. I think if you find a place where it's like a bunch of like-minded people and individuals, you'll shine and you'll be able to network and talk. But like Daniel and Grant, an example, like Grant will freaking shine anywhere. That guy will talk to anybody anywhere. And that's why like me and Grant are so great when we go out together. Like when we went to the Jordan Peterson thing, because like Grant can be like almost not aggressive, but almost overbearing.
Give me a hug.
And I'm like the opposite to where like I'm more chill. So Grant gets his foot in the door with people, and then I can like kind of network with them to a position of like getting their trust, and not to sound in a way that like we're like manipulating them, but they like I can empathize with people easier. And I feel like people tend to trust me more because I'm able to like be more real. But yeah, going back to what we were talking about with like relationships and stuff, man, like I didn't realize, and especially like I want to say this to if you're like young out there and you like haven't gone to college yet, or maybe you're not going to college, or you're still in high school, like once you're done with college, it's a lot harder to meet people. Like I've talked to so many of my old college friends that are like, damn, like I wish I made more friends in college, like regardless of like how deep those connections were. Cause like in college, you take it for granted. You're like, man, there's a new class every semester. You're meeting all these people. It's almost like too much. You're like, I don't need to know these people. But now that I've been out for a year, I graduated like last year around December. Yeah, I've had like this talk with a bunch of my friends, and I'm like, damn, yeah, it is like you have to go out of your way now to meet people. Like before, it was like you just run into people all the time. But now, like if I just live my life, do my thing, train, work out, do the podcast, work on like other business stuff, like I'm not running into anybody new. Like the only reason I've met new people this past year really is probably due to like wanting to like play volleyball and meet new volleyball people. But other than that, like my circle kind of just stayed how it was, you know what I mean? Whereas like when I was in my college days, I'd have like a new friend every semester, the guy I would hang out with. And I had like 2 guys that I was real close to in college and that I still talk to. But other than that, like I don't really talk to anybody else like that. Like, so yeah, I mean, you just graduated too. How was that experience for you? Like, but you work a lot and you're around, like you bounce around way more than I do. So
yeah, I try to get moving. I network. I just got commented on my networking today. When I was in college, I volunteered a lot. So I was meeting people all the time. And
yeah.
I kind of missed that though. Like I missed seeing different people every single day. And then like COVID took that away. So my graduating year, I didn't even get to go to school. But like even at work, we're still restricted a little bit. Like we're not taking too much. And so I don't get to see as many people. When I do, it's awesome. But I kind of meet through people like, I guess like through you, I meet new people through my friends.
Yeah, for sure.
I just bounce off of them. And sometimes I'll be in a relationship, like my whole golf group, I got introduced by somebody else and that person don't even golf with us anymore. I'm golfing with random people like I wouldn't have known without him.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if like it's almost more fun though to go out and meet like just a complete stranger that has no ties to you and then see where they're at. You know what I mean? Because that's one thing. But like meeting like what would like a friend of a friend? It's like a kind of an acquaintance. Like you already have connection there. There's already chemistry. You have stuff in common. But I don't know. Like maybe I should just go out to like. But where would you even go? Because I'm not trying to meet people at a bar. Like you know what I mean? Like should I go to a library? Like where?
I was in Denver and I randomly because we had a little bit of like we had a day like to do nothing and I was like I'm gonna go hit up a golf course.
Yeah.
And so you can rent out clubs and so I did that and. Those are like a tea town was full with 3 other old ladies. These old ladies are like 55 plus, awesome ladies, and they were on a golf trip. They were from Kansas City, and they invited me to dinner.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. I go to dinner with them, and like one of them is like a radio executive, the other one owns your own accounting firm, and the other one is like manager for something else. I'm like, wow, like they all go to the same country club, and so. Like just meeting them was awesome, and they were like, "We would never talk to you in regular like a regular day."
Yeah, for sure. Like you cross them at like what an airport or just on the street going somewhere. Like you wouldn't talk to them. So, and I'm trying to talk about this in a way to where our viewers and our listeners could maybe get something out of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
And but no, I think it's good because I think like just the awareness of it of like, man, maybe I should go out of my comfort zone and should go out to like a like I'm trying to think of places, right? A library. I mean, a bar. Like I don't know about a nightclub. Like because. I just don't like that scene. I worked in that scene for a little bit as a videographer, and like I just get very like we had DJ Fano, we talked about it a little bit, but it just feels like very, very fake. A lot of those people like tend to be shallow, and I don't want to like overgeneralize. Like I'm like Fon is a great dude. We're not super close, but he's one of those guys that I met through that, and I'm still friends with him today. Like I still text him occasionally and like check up on him. But like that's you gotta kind of like. Fish in the lake where like you want to catch the kind of fish that are in that lake, right? So if you go to like a bar and you're looking for like, more, there he is.
He's here.
Big man. Young McCartney is pulled up. The thing is frozen again, Rock.
Are we already going?
Yeah, we're already going.
People online, right? They sent some pretty good questions in.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We got that. We're going to do the Patreon question first and we're going to go through there. So we've been running for, let me see. Yeah, 13 minutes. So Grant pulled up the 14-minute mark.
13 minutes in. God, look at me, dude. Look at
this man's looking huge.
Oh God, Mona's not here, so someone had to be sleeveless.
He said, I thought about being sleeveless, but then I was just like, nah, it's a little cold out here.
Yeah, the sun's out, and I went ahead and did it.
Yes, sir. Before we get into the Q&A, we've been talking. Maybe you could talk a little bit about this, but we've been talking about how like after like. And this is kind of the example, but in general, at first it started with like extroverts and like introverts. But after you're like done with like college and high school and kind of all those things, if you don't go work like a 9-to-5 job or you're like not in a corporate world, it gets hard to like meet people, especially like, and we're not talking in the reference of just like dating, but more or less like just like people in general. Like you have to, me and Rocky have realized that like you have to go, like I personally have to go out of my way now. I felt like in college it was almost like too easy. Like you meet people all the time, you got classes, you're like, oh, like there's like 50 new
together.
people. Yeah, stuff like that.
I mean, you have a common goal and you have a common thing you have to do.
Yeah.
Everyone has to go in the class. So you're no matter what, you're seeing 30 people,
Yeah.
the same 30 people every day. And then times 5 when you're in high school. I had 5 classes a day.
And then that refreshes every semester.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. But like now that that's over, like part of me is like, dang, like maybe I should go to U of H one time, pretend that I'm going to school, just go pull up into a class and say what's
It is
good.
You know I hate this word too, but because it gets overused. But you have to be intentional. You have to like know that. Okay, so I'll think about it more, and I meet a lot of people. I have a very big personality.
network boy.
That's not my problem. What I have to realize is I still need outlets for my athleticism, not just being active, but like competing, which is another side of athleticism that I need. I don't need to just go and have fun running. I need to also have like races. And so being intentional about it and going, okay, well, I'm going to enter this race on this day and give myself a goal and a thing to train for. That's the same way I think people need to do with their friendships, to go, wait a second. And I always recommend something like a CrossFit gym, a rock climbing gym. Ninja Community is great too. You go to any rock climbing gym and you start climbing, you can make a friend as long, someone else trying.
I didn't think about that. I was talking Rocky and I was just like, I don't know, like a library, like a bar.
Library.
And I was like, what am I thinking? But Grant brought a good point.
I think the bar is what the whole...
I don't like
it's
people's
the
mindset
cheapest
at the
way
bar,
people
though.
do it. They go, well, I like to drink. You like to drink? Well, it's also we're drinking so we can kind of
I
talk.
don't even like to
Build
drink.
bad
You feel
habits up
me?
together.
People do, and that's what they do. I'm not really for it as much. I'm not against alcohol, but I'm also like, it's kind of the cheapest way.
Yeah. It's
But-
like people go there and they're all of like the mindset of trying to meet people. So like it's like when you go rock climbing, sometimes like you just trying to rock climb and try to talk to
Yeah.
people. But I brought up the point, and I don't want to say the stuff we just talked about, but sometimes like I talk to people and I realize that like I don't have anything in common with them, and they're like, I don't want to call them shallow, but it's just like, it just seems like some people I'm like, yeah, we could be good friends, and then some people I'm immediately like, nah. And there's ways for me to like know that like this place is gonna have like a 90% like of people that I like don't mess with. Whereas like in 10% of people might be people that I could get close to. And then like if I went to like a nightclub as an example of like, 90% of those people I'm not probably trying to vibe with, versus like a rock climbing gym or a ninja gym, then like the numbers change drastically. But yeah, like
That
once
definitely is a way. I mean, in sports, that's why I always say
sports is huge. Yeah.
But it's like, you gotta think of it as like maybe you got a chlorine pool and they got a saltwater pool, but they're both deep ends. Maybe they just come off shallow because it's different. But
Yeah.
I mean that the biggest ones for me, and of course I like CrossFit. But you go in, you're gonna make friends with someone. You go through a struggle together. The same thing. Someone's working on a rock climbing. You want to try it too. You start talking about it. It's an easy conversation starter. Sports is a great way. It's kind of harder to do with food. You can't just show up at a restaurant and then like look around.
Can I see that you got a burger. I also got a burger.
Yeah. Now I will. I've done it, and I'll dude. Especially when I'm trying to talk to a girl.
I'd be pissed if I was eating a burger and some dude came up to me like, "Hey, bro, I'm also getting a burger." I'd be like,
Burger Bros.
Burger Bros. Dude, here's a good example.
I'd straight up start speaking French and just be like, "I don't speak English."
We're in Berlin, and I'm about to do German Ninja Warrior. Me and Kelly, my homie, we're there, and we sit down, and there's a girl sitting off alone, and she's cute. And I'm like, okay. And she's sitting off alone, and I'm thinking, me and my buddy Kelly are looking like some gay dudes sitting next to each other right now. Not that that's bad, but I'm just saying
what you looking like.
We're putting the wrong vibe out if we're trying to meet cute girls.
Sitting in a booth side by side.
Exactly. We've been through this. So I just walk over and I said, hey, you want to join us? And she's like, yeah, I'll come and join. Okay. I'm like, oh, okay, dope. Now we got this cute girl eating with us. Then I realized she speaks German, and I'm telling her, oh, we're about to go to German Ninja Warrior in this town, Karlsruhe. And she's like, I'm from there. I go back tomorrow. And I'm like, say less.
Say less.
And I go, yo, why don't you be my translator? I'll bring you on set and you just be there, right? Now she doesn't know she doesn't do any work. She doesn't have to translate anything. Everyone's speaking English to me, which is dope. But she's just there along for the ride. Huge friendship grows out of it. We're still homies now. She came all the way out to Hawaii to meet all the homies out there.
Dang, she came to Hawaii?
Came all the way out to Hawaii. So like, just cool friendship. Like I made it sound like we were something like romantic.
I was going to say she getting flown out.
Yeah,
Grant's doing flyouts.
No, I wasn't like that. I actually kind of played her a little weak because she came out and she was going to eat with my family in Hawaii for Thanksgiving. She doesn't know what Thanksgiving is.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, well, Thanksgiving, we have all this food and everyone dresses up like pilgrims and Indians. And she's like, what? And I was like, oh, you could be a pilgrim and I'll be the pilgrim if you want to be the Indian. She's like, okay, I guess.
You clowned this German girl like that?
I make this full on outfit for both of us. I commit to. I have an outfit.
It'd have been real messed up if you didn't commit.
Bro, it got bad. I show up and I go, hey, here's the deal. No one's going to be an outfit because everyone leaves and puts their outfits on and comes right back before dinner. So when we get dinner ready, we'll go put our outfits on. I was like, okay.
Weird.
So I go there and I tell the boys, hey boys, it's going to be so funny. Right when we're about to pray, like she's going to come out in this outfit and it's going to be funny. And they go, oh no, dude, you got to bail. And I'm like, what? And they're like, no, you can't do this. Poor girl. I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, it's my other buddy. And I was like, bro, we got this. I got a outfit. It's going to be so tight. And they go, oh no, bro, you got to bail.
It's
and
kind
I'm like,
of a rugged idea.
Two of the homies are like, I thought they'd laugh. And I was like, oh, I'm like really regret this. And I go, we're 10 minutes out to prayer time. I'm committed. And I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. And I go put my little pilgrim outfit on. She puts on the Indian one. Everyone's down in the kitchen, just fully lining the whole table of food, holding hands. And my Uncle Al, shout out to him. He knew because I told him and he goes, man, we got to do something. He made everyone headbands with little feathers in them. Like last minute as a joke to kind of like diffuse this. So we walk in the room, pilgrim and Indian, everyone else dressed regular. And she's like, and looks at me shocked. And I'm like, oh, this didn't go over well. And then she busts out laughing. And I'm like, I'm sorry, no one dresses up. We all put on the headband feather things, had a really good laugh, and it was all good. It played out okay.
It could have been rugged.
She hasn't talked to him since.
Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, she still doesn't talk to me. No. So yeah.
Yeah, she's a good sport, but some people don't be a good sport.
No, dude, I should hear that could have gone a real bad way.
Yeah.
Shout out to Paula.
You fly me out to Hawaii just to embarrass me.
Yeah.
You want to get into this Q&A?
Yeah, you want me to pull some off the gram? Because there's some pretty interesting
We'll do the Patreon ones first.
Do Patreon, yeah.
And then we'll go to there.
Let me pull them up.
So we got Deb.
Also, don't let them forget. Go
Which
on
one
my
you get? Which one you get? Wait, well, hold on.
There was 2 teeth.
What
left.
you get?
If y'all don't know, y'all go check my Instagram. 2 teeth on the alligator, and every time before the podcast,
he got it.
You got both?
I just clicked
There's
one.
only one left,
and I picked the right one.
So
50%
is
chance.
the next person just screwed?
Yep. Whoever's next is getting bit for sure. It'll make sense if you look at my
Yeah, you gotta
Instagram.
look at the story. First question: do you still jump rope? Yeah, I hurt my back 2 weeks ago, so I kind of slowed down. But I'll always jump rope. The shoulder's doing a little better. She asked me how the shoulder's doing. It's probably like 85%. And then she asks, for you, Grant, is traveling across the world and dealing with different people hard to keep your faith?
Oh wow! She took a turn at the end. Yeah. So I realized this when I was a flight attendant that I actually do love people and I love their complexities and I like weird people, and so like I genuinely enjoy people's goofy, weird natures, the silly stuff they do. I have a lot of grace for people because I believe that from God having grace for me. So it kind of gives me easy grace for other people. That doesn't mean I have easy grace for myself. I struggle with that, but to have my faith when I continue around, it is challenging to not be in your consistent community, which is a thing, to not go to the same people each week and share the same stories and not only share your life with them, but hear from them. That does make it hard, but I've used it to go to a bunch of different denominations of Christianity, which is what I believe. And I see the benefits of each one. Baptists are great at raising money. Protestants are good at, really getting in the spirit. or Pentecostal, that's the ones. Methodists have a unique method that is nice and has tradition to it. And, you know, you see these different things and I like each one. I take, you know, the things we're doing well and try to bring them together. So yeah, I think traveling is tough, but it also can bring a new perspective in a good way.
That's a good answer.
You want me to read some of these?
No, I was just curious because this chick has my last name. I don't know if I like knew her.
Ooh, Bella Owadi.
I was about to say, not many people have that last name.
Wow, Bella.
Let's keep going down the Patreon.
Sure.
She's asking where Daniel is. He's actually talking to his, I don't know if he wants me to tell you. He's writing a book.
We'll bleep that out.
So, no, that's not too much, but I don't know if he's in a meeting right now for his book stuff. Nanaka, which is our number one Patreon fan, asks,
Shout out Nanaka.
A&W is coming soon. Are there any new preparations, for example, training that you didn't do before? So for me, I'm doing France in a week here, something like that. So I'm just trying to feel good and not be injured at this point because I'm not going to gain any strength in 2 weeks. So my MO is just to feel as healthy as I can realistically.
You do anything different this year than what you would do in the previous years?
I was hurt and injured, so I wasn't able to train how I usually do. So yes and no. I trained more smart. I think I applied the 80-20 principle from James a little better of not overtraining and feeling like trash after every workout. So I try to put in more volume over intensity, and realistically, man, I'm in a weird headspace about it because I don't like competing and not being at the level of athleticism that I could be at. Right. Mm-hmm. Especially if I've felt stronger in the past, and that happens with injuries and time off and stuff. But so I had to ask myself, man, do I really want to compete in France? And knowing that I'm not where I have been at before, where I could be at potentially in a year or 4 months or a little bit more time. But realistically, I had to tell myself, look, they're not guaranteed another season in France. You're not guaranteed another opportunity to compete in France. You're not even guaranteed another year, in life in general. So I might as well go do it.
Might as well send it one time.
Might as well send it, regardless of me wanting to be a perfectionist and do the best that I possibly could. I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm just gonna go out there and treat it like a vacation, but also try to do my best, right? And hopefully the homies come out with me. We'll see what goes on with Grant if he gets out there or not.
We're trying to make it work.
But yeah, that's been my MO recently.
I think that one of the things that I'm making a vlog about it, it'll come out, and I hope that this podcast is a place where I'll tell a little bit of stuff that maybe it hasn't come out on my Instagram stuff yet. So just so y'all know, I did just go to Italy and I ended up winning a world record.
Oh, you can say it now?
Well, I did just say it.
He said, doesn't matter because I said it.
Because it's out there. So everyone, and kind of nice, kind of keep it to yourself. How about that? But this is...
How about you kind of keep it down low?
But know that, this is our little... this is something we share for the Kind of Nice podcast only right now. Because I haven't announced that on my Instagram, but I went out there and I won a world record. So I have a Guinness World Record. It's pretty dope. The storyline behind the video I'm going to put out, though, was since the beginning, I knew it was going to have to be a perseverance thing where I was just going to keep hitting road bumps and then I should keep pushing on. Because I had those thoughts too. I'm not strong enough. I could train more. I could have done more of the... And you could, there is a way to train more so it feels like it's easy, but... There's something to say about just going and doing and putting your best work out, whatever that might be. And that can be enough. And to do that and do that better than people, that's still a win. Your preparedness was better than their preparedness, even if you're not your perfect. So putting yourself in the game is a big decision and a decision that can really pay off. So I know that we like to think, I got to be at this perfect But sometimes you go with where you're at and because we like to think the last 3 months of training is how I get the best thing. But really your entire life of ninja has led you up to the abilities you have now. Yeah. So, hopefully it's encouraging.
Sure. Yeah. Going down the list, we got Kara asking 2 questions. One is, if you woke up in a Freaky Friday scenario, with which other ninja, not just your co-host, would you want to switch bodies? That's a good question. It's a fun question.
Who am I switching bodies
in
the world?
Top? No, I guess it has to be a ninja though.
A ninja.
Ninja.
Yes, I don't know.
We're switching bodies, but we keep our mind.
That's Freaky Friday scenario. So yeah, you wake up in somebody else's body, but you're still Graham McCartney, but you're like, whoa,
Dude. Oh my. Whose body?
that's a hard question.
I don't want to be weird and say a girl.
Yeah, I think we got to stay away from that.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't thinking it at all. I just start listing a bunch of cute
I mean,
girls.
you could, if you
Nah,
really want to.
I'm going guy just because I'm not weird. Let me think. What dude would I want?
I ain't trying to switch with no dude. I'm good, bro. But
You
real
gotta
see if
answer the
I,
question just for Carol.
Yeah, for Carol. You know my homie Carson Williams.
he jacked.
He's jacked. He's quick. You know, he's a homie. I maybe with Carson. Carson's the homie.
6'6". I respect that.
6'6". He ain't
I don't know.
6'6".
He's tall.
You're
Oh,
thinking
maybe I
about,
picked Jody because I just want to be real tall and see
Yeah,
what's
shout out
good.
Jody. That'd be a good.
I was thinking like either like freakishly
Jody's
tall or
jacked too.
freakishly like small. Just see. Actually, I'm 6'2". Maybe I pick like who's like the short Yama Tyler. What's his last
Yamauchi.
name? I think I'd go Tyler just
Dang,
to like
he
see
said
what's up.
switch it up. Okay.
You
Yeah,
come
switch
down
up-
here with me, hang out.
Switch up
Okay.
the height. You know what I mean?
So let me go ahead and knock it back a notch. Check out what it do.
I'm gonna just see what it's like to not have to duck down under the doorway.
Dude, I'm gonna say this. Me and Tyler Yamauchi made a show together that never made to the air.
Really?
Oh yeah. It was access granted. And the first episode was with him. I met with his family. We had traditional food together. We did all this stuff with training.
Where's he from?
You know, I don't want to screw it up.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
don't
I don't
answer
wanna screw it up.
that.
This was years ago.
I think Yamauchi is Japanese.
Japanese is
but-
my guess. And you know, with his kids, everything was dope. We did a thing where I did a lache and he held onto my legs and then I flung him off my legs. Dude is athletic, bro.
Yeah.
So shout out
He's
to
a beast.
Yamauchi.
Second question from Kara is what's your favorite city and or country to visit, not including the ones where you've lived?
Barcelona.
Really? You gotta say it weird. Barcelona. How do they say it?
Barcelona.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't fool with the Catalan language, the accent, but
So you've been there, but you can't have lived there?
yeah, I've never lived there. It's dope though.
Is it? I don't know. Spain has never been like a country. Like, dude, I'm right next to Spain. I'm like a 3-hour drive from
Or
Spain.
Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico's tight. But I never have gone to Spain. Maybe we do that
Tripping,
this year.
bro. We gotta go, man. Spain's dope, and the architecture there, Gaudi. Shout out to that. It's also just been a skate mecca my whole life to want to go to Barcelona to film skateboard tricks since I was a kid. Now that I'm
Oh,
not
is it
even
big
like
into
skating like that.
It's big into the skateboards?
Yeah, it's just a mental thought. Barcelona, like, and then I finally went and I was like, it's better than I even thought.
Yeah. I think I'd pick Iceland.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I like
yeah.
I haven't been there long enough to actually fully enjoy it, so I'm gonna say Iceland. We got a question from Rachel. Out of the ninjas who have confirmed they're competing this year, who are you guys rooting for to win? Got any song recommendations? It's a 2-part question. Rooting for to win? Man, I don't want to sound. I'm not gonna. Nah.
Everyone I want to win's like not in.
I was
it.
gonna say like I really don't care. Like
Oh dang! No, I got some homies I want to win, but I've wanted Daniel to win
He's
for
not
a long
competing,
time.
though,
I know.
yeah.
I wanted the Bergie, Caleb Bergie to
is he
win.
competing?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna say like I just talked to him on the phone yesterday.
I got one.
He's a sweetheart. And I think Sean Bryan, maybe. I like Sean.
Sean Bryan,
Sean's
yeah.
a solid dude.
Yeah. I like Sean Bryan.
I think he'd deserve it. He's put in like the time to like. I feel like if Sean won, I'd be like, you know what, good for you.
You know who I'd like to see win? Kevin Carbone. I like to see it, man.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's the homie. He's wild. He's a loose cannon, but again,
He's
man,
so quirky, bro. He's
He's
been in town
quirky.
training. That man's a quirk ball.
he is, bro, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I think he has a good.
Because I
heart.
think my thing is I always like I don't want someone like I hate big egos and I hate overly cocky people. And like Sean Bryan isn't like that. Kevin isn't like that. So that's why like those two like I agree with.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like name anybody who I feel like has a big ego, but
You're
like
gonna hear flame anybody.
I like those people because I think they would win and it wouldn't go to their head and they'd still be like the same person. They'd still be really cool.
Yeah.
Some people you'd like think they'd win and you'd be like, this guy.
And Sean Bryan's strong, bro.
He's a
He can
strong
put together.
boy. That's
I was
what I'm
just
saying.
out training with him.
He's a solid contender even.
Yeah. He's
Can I answer that one too?
Yeah, go for it.
Even though she dissed me, I want Jessie LeBrecq to win. I want her to come back and give me that on this show.
Yeah.
She's owed it to me.
Yeah. If y'all missed that clip, go on the
Dang.
Kind of Nice Instagram and Pete Rocky just.
Left me
Still
hanging.
waiting on the dap.
For song recommendations, I was jamming J. Cole today, and I forgot about how much he is like just a bunch of great songs. So
Let me go and pop.
I'm gonna say
into the songs
Lights
lately.
Please by J. Cole. That's my song recommendation.
You know, I have a worship song, so what are you gonna do? This
Oh
song's
man,
been good
actually
to
the
me.
whole Lion album from Elevation Worship is really good.
Okay. This one, I don't know. It came up. It's called Sound Mind by Melissa Helser, Helser. Sound Mind. Just, I don't know, worship songs that hit me in the feels. It was like literally I had been praying for clarity of mind over some certain things, and that song came on, and it's just talking about how God gives us a sound mind to handle things. And I was like, they wrote this song for me. They wrote this song for
It
me.
do be like that. Sometimes you hear a song and you're like, this is for me.
Yeah.
Question from Tammy, still from the Patreon. How do you adjust to daylight savings time, and does it affect any of you guys?
I got a question before that question.
All right. Is it related to this question?
Yep. Up or down? Keep it or let it go?
No, let it go.
Everyone's like
trash.
It's
Why do we have
unanimous across the Senate said to let it go.
Oh, they're gonna do it?
The Senate said that across the board. Everyone agreed.
God bless.
Thumbs down. Don't keep doing it. Which is wild because we don't agree on anything.
Dude, but nobody likes it. Like, dude, when like you lose an hour, right? But then like I was so hyped to lose an hour because I knew that meant I'd have an extra hour of sunlight in the day.
Yeah.
Like it's like it'll be like 7 p.m. and the sun's still up, and I'm like, God bless.
Well, we don't do it in Hawaii, so I don't know. I'm down. I said for it.
Yeah,
so.
you know, get rid of that.
How do I adjust?
I tell myself that I've like been trying to adjust, but realistically, like it'll be midnight, and I'll be like, it technically feels like 11. So like,
I just don't think about it, and I just carry on.
yeah, you got to. You got to just
carry
pretend.
on.
Yeah, you just kind of try to ignore it. That is, I think that's all the questions we have from Patreon.
Or hop on my Instagram because I posted it up on mine, but I don't know
Instagram.
if y'all can do it from that. We'll check the Kind of Nice DMs
I don't
too.
have my Instagram downloaded, so it's all you.
Okay, well we'll go through mine first. Ella has. Do you collect anything or have any weird hobbies?
I used to collect.
Your toenails?
No. What the?
You told me you used to collect your toenails.
Hell no. What are you
you're
talking
nasty.
about? Nah, I used
my
to collect
toenails today,
card, like whenever you travel, like airports, they'll have like a deck of cards for like that state or the city or the place. I used to collect that, but that was a long time ago, and I kind of
Okay.
not
Okay.
anymore.
I used to collect keychains.
Yeah,
Bro, I
fair.
had so many keychains. I'm telling you, bro. And I only cool ones, not
Yeah.
like some dumb ones, like the little water guns, the Super Soaker water gun.
Want one
ones.
of these?
Sure. Yeah. I'll collect it. And so I used to have a ton. And then my neighbor, I was like going to college, and I was like, what am I doing with all these keychains?
You just gave them to your neighbor?
My neighbor, little kid, came over one day and saw them. I was like, I like them. And I go, wait till you see what else I got. And I gave him the whole stash.
Dang.
Ooh.
So shout out. Hope
That
you
kid's-
enjoyed it. Whoever, I don't even remember the kid's name.
The hobbies? I think
Yeah.
they know our hobbies. for the
Yeah,
most
y'all
part.
seen our hobbies, man. I
Yeah.
like to lift weights.
It's nice to pick it up and put them down.
I like to just pick them up and do them. Here we go. We got, what is your favorite type of workout from Sat? Dude, y'all got to tighten up on these names. Actually, I don't know.
How about you answer for me and I answer for you in this one?
Statsy. I'll answer for you.
I'll answer like I'm Grant McCartney.
Okay, I'm gonna answer for you. Hi, my name's Kid. I kind of like.
Why am I country?
I don't know, dude.
I kinda like- What is this man on?
Whenever I say kinda, it turns southern.
All of a sudden, I'm from Texas.
Yeah, playing volleyball. That's my favorite workout. Volleyball. Spikes.
I'm trying. I don't know what. I can't do your voice, but I'm gonna just do my voice. Pretend I'm Grant.
I did such a poor job doing your voice.
You
I was
just went
kinda
country
bummed.
mode.
I just went redneck.
I'm gonna do a French accent for you.
Perfect. That's what I should have done. Dang it.
Grant McCartney. That would be your name in French. I like doing CrossFit workouts. It's very very hard workouts where I can join the dark side and kind of be
Pain
in
cave.
a lot of pain,
Yeah.
mentally, physically, emotionally. I love that stuff. It's great.
Yeah, dude. If I was French, that's exactly how I'd say it too. Just want y'all to know that.
What is this? What is this?
I don't get the Casey. Casey, what were you aiming for here? Casey Beardsley.
She said in the piggyback
said-
ride, who's the piggy?
Is that I guess it means between us
Nah.
or what?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, is the
What
piggy on the
piggy
back?
anyways?
The piggyback ride. So
Piggy.
Are you on the
Piggy
piggy's
back.
back?
Oh, you're on the piggy is the one you get on.
No.
I think the piggy's the.
Well, because it's piggy back ride.
Oh, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm confused.
So the piggy's the one carrying somebody.
I mean, Grant could carry me a lot
That's me,
further.
yeah.
My back's hurting right now, so definitely not Grant on
I'm
me.
going full piggy on this one, Casey.
Oink it up.
Oink it up, we out here. JDW Dallas High Rocks in 3 weeks. I am looking at going, but it depends on if I go out to French Ninja Warrior. Warrior.
Oh, it's in 3
What
weeks.
is that word?
Warrior.
It's April 9th, I think.
Warrior.
Well, yeah. And so if I go out there, I also have to go out to Hawaii. Fun fact, I'm still a flight attendant for Hawaiian Airlines. And they said, okay, guy, you've been on COVID leave long enough. It's time you come back. So I got to go back to Hawaii. I'm trying to change those dates so then I can go to French Ninja Warrior. But that would mean I would go to France, go back to Hawaii, come back in time for the Dallas High Rocks. I'm not against it, but we'll find out.
That's kind of your normal lifestyle.
This is how I live. Okay, there's some good ones here. This is from Headbanging Astronaut.
What?
What a name. He said, I'm in my friend's wedding today. You guys got any good wedding stories?
Wedding stories. I think
Bro, I got so many.
I don't got any like thing crazy. I think I haven't been to that many weddings. I think one of my favorite weddings I've been to was my cousin in the UK, just because I got to go to the UK and it was real cool. But nothing crazy's happened.
I've had some wild ones. I don't know. I've been into a handful of just ninjas weddings.
Yeah.
But the wildest ones are mostly like my buddies in Hawaii when they got married, because like everyone in Hawaii didn't really have money and they just kind of would do it outdoors somewhere, and then we'd have to make or set up and break down the entire weddings. And I remember my homie, we're like 15 minutes before he's supposed to walk, and it's all the boys, so we're just kicking it and we're on Hawaiian time in our mind. But I'm like, boys, Hawaiian time doesn't exist in this wedding. It's starting in 15 minutes and you're in board shorts. And then we realized he booked a hotel to change at, and that's 20 minutes away. I'm like, bro, you're not getting there and getting back. No one's thinking here. So I grabbed a mirror that was just hung up in this hall and put it in the trees outside where we had a hose, and everyone just stripped down like a bunch of 3-year-olds, and we hosed everybody down. We had his nice clothes hung up, and the poor photographer, she came creeping down. I was like, don't come down yet, lady. We're a bunch of naked dudes in the woods. And everyone put their underwear on. Then she kind of got her little shots, and we're like standing in the trees. I mean, we got a hose and everyone's looking in this mirror. He's trying to shave his face. I'm like, this is unbelievable, guy. And delayed just a little bit the wedding, but the boys got full on. Another one of our buddies' weddings, we all just went down and jumped in the ocean and went straight saltwater right into the wedding. So Hawaii's just kind of funny with the style, wedding style.
I can imagine. Yeah. I feel like I just haven't been to that many weddings. I mean, I guess I'm young. People
I got
my age
wedding
ain't get married
stories
yet.
for days. I could tell some funny ones on Nick Hansen's, but I'm not going
That was
to.
recently, eh?
Yeah, that was. I'm just gonna say there was a time where we made Nick do some things for his bachelor party that was quite funny, and it was cold out. It said, will they be doing Ninja Warrior? I won't be doing American Ninja Warrior this year, as I took some time to do some other things, doing the Italian show and leaning into some CrossFit and other trainings. I got Spartan race the 26th of March. If you're going to be in San Antonio, come on out. I'll be doing an Instagram takeover for Spartan. And if you want to run that, I'll see you guys out there. Come say hey, come hop on the IG. But I'm doing a lot of other stuff this year to kind of branch out a little bit. I'm not saying I'm done with Ninja, but I'm just going to take a little switch up. So, and then kid over here, he's going over to French with his dual citizenship, and he's going to compete out there this year. So take a little break from American Ninja Warrior to do that. So
yeah, and realistically, like I just felt like my body, like after the shoulder injury and stuff, like there's like multiple reasons why. Like I first of all, I can't do both like they're at the same time. And I really wanted to do France last year because I got to go out there because I was going to do it. They had me ready to do it. And then 4 weeks before, I wrecked on a one wheel and separated my AC joint like grade 3.
I remember that.
Bad times.
It's not what you want.
Not what you want. But I still went out there, still met everybody, and I just loved the vibe out there. It was very refreshing. Not saying the American one is bad, but it was less like they didn't take themselves as seriously, like the cast, the crew, like everybody was kind of having fun. And not saying again that America doesn't have that energy, but it's different. And I feel like in France it was still like people understood it was a reality TV show. We were all there to have fun. And like, so here's like an example that will kind of get you the idea I'm trying to say is like in America you have a guy on the sidelines that is there to make sure that you don't break the rules, one, on the course, that you don't take too long of a break between obstacles. What else does that guy do? That's pretty much his job, right? So he's just yelling at you the whole time. He's like, don't touch that. Or like once you like stop between an obstacle, he'll count you down. He'll be like, you got 30 seconds. And then once that time's up, he's like, you got to go right now. You're DQ'd. Like, go. So he's just yelling at you. In France, there's a guy who does that. But instead of being that guy, he's there giving these guys advice. He's like, make sure you take another swing. Be careful. Like this is going to drop. Like he's just a sweetheart. It was shocking for me to see this because he was like rooting for these guys. And like, obviously he's also in charge of like them not breaking the rules. But he's also like trying to help them. And I'm like, this is so cool. Now, because of that, at some points it is a little frustrating because there's times where like the athletes would take like a 3-minute break between obstacles, and I'm like, you're tripping. Like that's excessive.
Too many seconds.
I think one of the guys literally asks for like water like on the middle of stage 3. Like,
coach, time out.
Like he just finished the cliffhanger. This is a real story.
Can I get a Saj gun? Forearm's cramping up. Water.
And
banana.
He's literally like, my throat's a little parched. Can I get a water? Wow. And the same guy that I'm telling you about, who's like helping the athletes and in charge of this stuff, is like, give me a water now. They get him a water. He throws it up there. The guy like sips water, and like, this might have been in my head, but in my mind, the guy takes the water bottle, puts it behind his neck, and lays down and meditates for 2 minutes.
Wild.
But it's like, it's cool. It's a different vibe. And I think my body will handle it better because if I was to do America, I'd feel like I'd need to be in like peak shape because realistically America's in season 14, 15, and it's a lot harder than France is only in season 7. So the athletes haven't evolved to the stage to where they can handle what the Americans are doing now. Some of them are real cool, real strong, but yeah, it's just a different vibe. So vibes, man. Yeah, that's why in my mind, I wanted to do that one.
First off, I want to shout out Maria Rosa, who's DMing us saying that she was just trying to help out with the podcast and do all these different stuff. We appreciate y'all trying to help out everything from the Art of Ninjas, who's been super helpful with editing.
Shout out that guy.
And always been cool. You guys who want to get involved and help us out, man, we really appreciate that. We're trying to grow this thing. So even just sharing it like on your stories and reposting it to get it out there for more people as we grow the channel, and shoot out your ideas too. We're open to hearing like what you'd like to hear about or who you'd like to hear from or who you'd like us to interview. We really appreciate y'all's engagement. So DM us on the Kinda Nice Podcast Instagram, and we'll read those and see if we can't get some of these things y'all want to hear about on the podcast. And also on my Instagram, the last question we had was Deaf Ernest was asking, is there any injuries that we've had to deal with in Ninja?
Man, I was just talking like to somebody else about this the other day, but most of like my hardcore injuries have not been due to Ninja.
Yeah,
like,
I almost have mental injuries. I've had all kinds of.
Grant's like, I just get my feelings hurt.
Yeah, I just get my feelings real hurt, bro. And I get so strong. Last year I was so strong, and then I was too strong, and I just overshot it. I was like, I hate
It'd
myself.
be like that, man. It'd be like that.
How am I going to get too strong?
I'm trying to think of like Ninja related, because shoulder was not Ninja related. That's like probably been my most serious injury. Other than that, I did rupture like a pulley, my A2 pulley and my index finger.
I've ruptured 2 of them too.
And I did that on a cliffhanger like 2 weeks before Vegas. I competed my first year in Vegas with a ruptured pulley.
Yeah, I was surprised when I wanted to compete and made it to Vegas, but I ruptured mine. They let me tape it and compete with the tape.
Tape it.
Yeah, I was like, yo, my finger's jacked, and I can't.
Yeah,
do
because
it.
in the rules it says like
tape.
you can't have anything on your hands.
And it makes it so much. It makes that I've ruptured my tendon, right? And I know how to tape it so that it just glues it in place.
Yeah.
And it was a game changer to have that, there instead of the pain of it. And I thought,
Dude, ruptured pulley, I did not like that injury because it just felt like, I don't like my shoulder injury either, but like it felt so weird because like I don't know what like how like my hand biomechanics work. So I just felt the pop and I was like, what the heck? Like what happened? And then I couldn't close my hand. I couldn't put pressure on it. And I was just like, this is weird.
Bro, so when I snapped this one, it was up here and I felt it in the top of the finger. Then I popped one down here.
There ain't no pulley down, is there?
Yeah, it comes all the way down and connects. Like the longer, it depends on which part's connecting. So what part you're rupturing. Like I messed with something up here and it pulled down in here and you could like see a little knot. It was like, this is not good. So
Right. Rocky finna go to a concert, so he's leaving us, but we'll just stay on the wide angle.
also shout out to Rocky for always coming out here and throwing these cameras around. Let's give it to him one time, ladies and gentlemen. Rocky, the man. Are those the 4s?
Those are the trees.
He's got the
Are they?
3s,
Oh,
the
they got
Jordan
3s,
3s
yeah.
on.
I'm a 1s or 4s kind of guy.
I'm a 4 dude, but they look good on
They
you.
do look
Rocky.
good. They do look good.
They look good.
We can talk about basketball real quick now that he's gone. Because that would have he's back. Because that's a touchy subject.
Why? Oh, that we played the other night. Yeah.
They won the game, but he was salty.
Yeah, so he did get him a dub, and then we made him play again. He had some fortunate, shots.
My back was hurting, and I was like, I want to play, but let's take it easy on each other. And for the most part, I think I did take it easy.
Yeah, dude, he took it easy, and then Kid gets out here, and with his volleyball skills and being 6'2" with extra arms, he's not like I'm blocking people quick. Like I like as it's in your hand, I knock it out.
Yeah.
But that's not as exciting. So Mona went up, and I blocked it on the way up, and it's
Yeah.
like okay, you got blocked, cool. Nothing is like once it leaves their hands, it's been in the air. They are hopeful. They have gained hope. And they thought it's gonna make it. Kid just stands 2 feet, jumps straight up, hands up like he's at the net of a volleyball, and just crams it into the neighbor's yard. And I was like, oh no. Oh no.
I forgot about that. That was actually great.
Dude, that is top tier volleyball skills paying off in basketball.
Spiked
bro.
a basketball on the way up.
You sent it. That's exactly how you want to block somebody.
Yeah.
There's 2 dope ways to block
That's how you
somebody.
want to demoralize.
Yeah, you
somebody.
hurt somebody's feelings that way, or if they do it and you bang it off the backboard, you swat it out of the air off the backboard,
Yeah. See LeBron doing that.
or pin somebody against the backboard. That's always a gangster move too.
Yeah, nah, but I actually like I played a lot of basketball growing up because that's what all my boys did in the neighborhood, and that's what everybody did around here. Because I wasn't gonna play football, I didn't love like super impact sports. So I played basketball, but I sucked, man. I didn't even make the team as a water boy. Like legit, they were like, "We don't want you anywhere near this team." I was like, "Fair enough.
Don't even talk to the team.
I can't trust you getting water for
We
these
don't even
boys."
want you being friends with everybody.
But no, yeah, I remember not being great at basketball. But then when I played the other day, I was just like, man, if I was this athletic and had this frame back in my high school days, I'd have been a baller.
Bro, you were sending them, that's for sure.
I was like, dang, like, because it was the same moves that I did back then, but it was working. Like, I forgot how fun it was to like play, like, and pick. And there's all these different like things about the game that are fun. And
Yeah.
I didn't like them because I was so like, I was undersized and I was under athletic, and I just wasn't able to play like for fun because I just wasn't able to. But playing the other day, I was like, maybe I should pick this back up.
Dude, if I had to pick a sport to be pro in, like just straight pick one and go to the league, it'd be NBA. And I would
Yeah.
play basketball.
Yeah, you don't have to run like too much. It's not like a soccer field or a football field to where it's like huge. It's like kind of just back and forth sprints. You probably do have to run a lot, but it's not like long distance. It's kind of short
And it's
bursts.
not so much impact.
Yeah.
I'm playing too much rugby.
And you can style on people too.
You can make people feel bad.
Yeah,
I'm talking. You can leave them.
that was
silly
fun.
out
I
there.
felt bad. So the reason I felt bad about Rocky is because we're playing. It's me and Grant and Kel's on the team, and then James, which you guys know, Rocky and Richard. Yeah, actually, you guys know all these guys too.
Big Mona had to sit
Richard
down.
and Big Mona both really good.
Yeah,
Like,
Richard has got the fastest reaction.
Richard's
time.
on one. James is pretty good too, and then Rocky's decent as well. He played at Lifetime a lot. But we're playing, and I don't know who you did it to, but I see you throw the ball in like between somebody's legs and go past him, and I was like, I want to do that.
I think it was Rocky.
Yeah.
Rocky.
Did
was
you do it to Rocky?
Or no, it was Richard.
No, I did it to Rocky.
You did it to Rocky.
Yeah,
That's right.
you did it to
Richard was
Richard.
guarding me, and I had to get Richard back because he had been stealing the ball from me and doing all kinds of stuff. And so, yeah, the old and one, I was crossing over and I just dropped it through his legs and ran around, got it, did the move, whatever.
Yeah.
And sure enough, about 10 seconds later, you had to do it to Rocky.
Well, this man, I'm like sitting there
Said,
like,
move unlocked.
this man's like guarding me, and I'm looking, and like because in France, like everybody plays soccer, and the big thing is like they get hyped when you kick the ball to people's
Oh,
legs.
yeah, nutmegging somebody?
Yeah. So I see this man guarding me, and he's all like excited, and he's got a wide pose, and I'm like, this is it. Look at this. This is the holy. Like I just gotta drop. So I just throw it between his legs and go past him, and then lay it up, and I'm like, I felt awful because I knew he was gonna be salty about it.
Yeah, dude, you feel violated when that happens, bro. It just touches you to the core, like, oh no, not in a good way. I feel violated.
I called him afterwards to say, hey, we're all getting lucky. He's like, don't call me for 48 hours. He said, I want to hear your voice.
He said, don't call me for 48 hours.
I mean, the like worst part
Rocky
too.
was violated in front of all his friends.
They won the game. I was like, you're the sorest winner I've ever seen.
Don't call me for 48 hours. I don't blame him, bro. It hurts. It hurts somewhere deep.
Richard took it like a champ, though.
Yeah, I mean, because he's a hustler, bro.
Yeah.
He'll get those legs one time, but it won't happen twice.
The funny thing for me was like, I was making a joke with James, and I was like, just jump up and throw it in the hoop real close to it. And he was like being sarcastic back with me, like, yeah, just do that. And then I did it like 6 or 7 times, and I was like, James, it is that easy.
It was a big mismatch, bro. You kind of
Yeah, I
had him.
know. If I had like Richard on me, it'd have been. Yeah.
Richard's just too quick.
He hustles.
And he also played ball. I didn't realize that. He played.
Both him and his brother. Richard played D3. Matt almost played D1, I think. Keep going. We're at like the hour mark soon.
Let's just see what happens if we go live.
You want to go live while we're live?
We're gonna go live on Instagram and see if people pop up with any questions, and then that'll be the end of it. I just kind of wanted y'all to just be like the stuff that people don't know on Instagram. We've already shared some of that, but this is hey, y'all just tuning in on Instagram. Kind of nice podcast.
What's up, boys?
We're taking some questions going live, so if y'all got any questions for Kind of Nice podcast, let us know. And I was just testing out Instagram Live yesterday night, I think it was. I was like, man, I've been live in a while. I'm gonna go live while I was weightlifting.
Yeah.
I would do sets where I had 9 seconds off, and then I go back and lift 9 seconds off. Every time I do a set, I come back, there'd be 50 more people. I was like, this is wild.
What'd you get to?
200, I think.
Dang,
yeah,
that's pretty good.
we were climbing. So we're at, about 38 people. But hey, y'all, if y'all have any questions you want to hear about from me and Kid or the Ninja community, or I see Wex on here at podcast. We're going to do a podcast soon. But we've been doing this podcast as our way of getting out information and just chatting, and y'all getting some questions and answers done there if you don't follow at Kinda Nice.
I think it's Kinda Nice show.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to read, man, I've got a lot of fans in other countries lately, and I'm sorry I can't read.
What language is it?
Bro, what is that? I think it's Arabic.
Arabic. Yeah, I can't read Arabic.
Bro, I'm sorry, but I appreciate it. What is this stuff with the badges too? Always talking about you earn money.
I saw Moravsky doing that the other day. People can buy badges, and then they have like a little tag next to their name. So you get the bag through the lives. It's like kind of like Twitch streaming. Like Twitch people will
People
go on
can
there.
pay though, and then what? I can like shout them out, and they can
No. Then they have like a little icon next to their name, so they're just like you can see them a little better. You should probably post like a little pinned thing that says like Q&A, so people start asking questions.
Oh yeah.
Because people just like these men's just talking.
Yeah. Let's see Q&A.
Yeah, I hope, man, the video was bugging earlier. It was like freezing, and Rocky's gone. So hopefully it's just a wide shot and it hasn't frozen yet. But if this episode is the camera's a little off, I apologize for that. We'll get it fixed for the next one.
Well, wicked greets from Austria. All right, people in Austria in the house.
What's the percentage? What's that say? What's the percentage of go up one?
Which way?
What'd that man ask? What's
Oh,
the
that's
percentage?
Jay Nats. Well, he's my homie in Hawaii. What is the percentage of you with a shirt on versus team
I
no
can
shirt?
answer that. Grant's like a
I mean, I got half a shirt on right now.
70-30 kind of guy. 70% of the time it's no shirt, 30% it's a shirt.
Yeah, I mean, if it's warm, you can count me more near 100% of the time no shirt. Now, TV made me start wearing a shirt because I didn't want to be that guy. But if I was just being me, it'd be less shirt.
Dang, that's a long question. What's that one say?
Do you have any advice? Sorry if it's silly. I just started rock climbing and want to get into American Ninja Warrior. It feels intimidating. Where do you start?
Okay, that's a good one. Rock climbing is great. Builds your grip strength up, your upper body strength up, your strength to weight ratio. All that stuff is rock climbing's. A lot of good ninjas come from a rock climbing background. I think the most popular backgrounds that come from are like gymnastics, rock climbing, parkour. So if you kind of like do some rock climbing to get that up, but also do like disciplines such as parkour. If you don't have a ninja gym, if you have a ninja gym, just go to the ninja gym and start doing obstacles.
Bernardo's in here. He said he's going to make it hail. I don't know about that, Bernardo, but welcome, my dude.
What?
When is A&W coming back? It's about to start filming.
Yeah, they're going to be, I don't even, no, we can't say this. Yeah, they'll be in San Antonio next week filming.
Indoor too. So
yeah, it's nice.
You know, what other questions?
Back in my day, we freaking recording at 4 a.m.
I know it's different.
50
now.
degrees outside. These people have it easy now.
And for our people on IG that don't know, kid's about to head out to France. I'm gonna try to join him. And he's going to try to compete out there.
And it's going to be at nighttime.
And it's going to be back
in the old days.
Do they go down to the middle of the night or do they do it like more reasonable?
It's midnight, bro. As soon as the sun's down, it's game time.
They took some bad advice from us.
But we're going to be jet lagged, so it's going to be tight.
All right. Well, y'all aren't pretty hard up on the questions on IG Live.
They just watching.
Yeah, y'all are just waving. There's so much here that I still got to figure out with the live. That's why I'm going to try to go live more often. Because there's people waving.
I thought about
wave back.
I think a lot of like. What do you think about Twitch streaming?
I'm just gonna hit wave one time.
No, you're waving at them.
Oops.
Now they saw you wave at
Tracy, my bad.
No, you just waved them. It's all good. No, but I was thinking, what do you think about Twitch streaming? Would you ever Twitch stream?
I don't know what I would I don't play games.
You'd have to play games. I don't think anybody. It's usually like play games.
You know what I was tripping about this, bro. I was at the rodeo the other day. The lady in front of me had she had her Facebook Live, I think it was.
Yeah.
She was filming the concert. One person watching.
That one person.
And that's what I thought, what if this is her like kid and wanted to see the concert she did so her kid could see? I was like, that's dope. But what if it's just Larry? What if it's just Larry tuned in?
Some dude just like, dude, I'll tune into those sometimes and I'm like, why is this? Just enjoy the moment. No, but I think people do IRL streams. So
IRL?
So mostly people do like games on Twitch, but I think there's two categories where one is just like talking Q&A. So literally you go live and you just interact with the audience, you talk with them, which would kind of be like this. It'd be like a live show with an audience. The second thing would be IRL stream, which is you get like a setup that's like portable and you like go to the rodeo and like you have a camera, like a 3D camera behind you and people like are with you these places and you see the chat. Yeah.
See, I had a guy downtown Houston roll up to me and his friend. He had his phone out and your boy's in the club and he's live on his phone and his friend's filming him.
It might have been what he was doing.
And it was super weird. Yeah. And then he came up to me and my friends afterwards and he's like, do you guys know any big girls? And I was like, dude, get away from me. I was like, you are being weird. So I don't know, man.
I think we had a few questions.
Did we miss them?
Larry the Legend on the Boston Celtics. This man.
I've also learned on IG, you have to read the question before you say it out loud. You can't just read them.
Yeah.
I've been like halfway through a question like, what kind of underwear? No. Skip.
What kind of underwear do you use?
Yeah, I'm like,
I thought I saw one. Oh, what's your diet like for A&W? Any competition? I'd be like, dude, you just gotta put on them calories.
Dude, I wish y'all should know what I mean, I'm heavy weightlifting right now. If y'all watched the IG live last night, I was lifting super heavy, big boy chunk. And I just ate. I don't know what a full Jimmy John sandwich is, a cookie, and I had at least 75 grams of protein in because I put yogurt and 2 scoops of protein, collagen. Dude, listen to the supplements I'm taking right now. Collagen, creatine, BCAAs. I'm testing out some stuff. I may start working with Ancestral Supplements. So I tried their beef tallow, beef organs,
you tripping, bro.
Fresh fish eggs or something. it's full on like ancestral minerals or something they got. They said
Daniel
like
be on that stuff. And
don't
he got
take
that
too many of these.
stank breath.
Exactly, bro. If you mix it in with your smoothie, it doesn't happen. But yeah, it's a wild go. And I'm like, okay, you know, I also just crushed the workout this morning after being super wore out last night. So I don't know.
Okay.
So maybe. So no more, no questions.
I don't see anything. People just watching us.
Well, thanks y'all for tuning in. Kind of nice podcast. If you want to hear the rest of this, we have some other questions y'all sent in to my Instagram story. Also, just so people know, man, I'm trying to grow my YouTube, and I got a new video. It's going to come. We're final edits are doing today, and then we'll probably the next couple of days put it out of expansion of the home gym build. But also, I just put up the story of me and Nick when we went surfing the boar tide in Alaska. The one wave that comes in a day.
It's just one wave?
The tide pushes out, and then when it comes back in, it causes one wave to come through, and you can ride it for literally miles.
That's actually pretty sweet. This guy asking if you could salsa dance. Come on, man.
Dude, maybe I'll go live at a salsa night sometime. There's a lot of salsa nights here, so stay tuned. Barth, hope you're doing well, man.
All right, guys. I think we're going to wrap it up here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of the Kinda Nice podcast. We'll catch you guys on the next one. If you don't know, we got a YouTube, we got an Instagram, we got a Patreon. Check those out. They're all Kinda Nice Show, Kinda Nice podcast. Catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.
Later.
I'm kinda nice with the gear, yeah. Shout out my area code. I'm feeling nice with the drill. And I'm about to bury the flow. I'm about to make me a meal.